Hey there, Playbookers. It's Todd here with the Church Playbook. I'm here to answer your questions about the unique challenges that we as pastors face in leading churches of under 200. And one of the questions that I get regularly is, hey, Todd, why does 200 matter so much? Like, what's the big deal about 200? Now, if you've done any research, you'll see that there's a lot of books out there about how to break 200, break 500, 800, 1,000, and so on. Now, I deal solely in helping churches to get to 200. Now, when people ask me what's the big deal about 200, the answer is simple. If your church gets to 200, that means more people in your community are hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ, which that's why we got into ministry, period. But there are some other practical reasons why 200 matters. First of all, 200 means that you're probably going to have to add a service. If you have, say, 50 people or less, there's no way that 200 people, including kids, cats, dogs, and counting pregnant women twice, all those people are not going to fit into your building one time. So getting to 200 means that you're going to have to be strategic and not just settle for status quo, what's always been done. You're going to have to grow your services. So going from 1 to 2 services. 200 matters because you're now going to have more people to mobilize for ministry. So if you're wanting to make a practical difference in your community, i.e., getting backpacks for under-resourced students, or making sure that under-resourced kids are able to eat over the weekend, because there's the free and reduced lunch plan during school, but they don't have that on Saturday and Sunday. So you now have more people to do that with. You can make a bigger impact in your community when you've got more people in your church. Another practical reason why you want to get to 200 is that a lot of pastors in churches under 200 have to be bivocational. They're either usually the only staff member at the church, which means they have to do everything, or there might be a very, 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 very part-time music person or assistant to answer the phone during the week. So when you get to 200 people, the church can actually afford to hire their pastor full-time. That's a big deal. And then another reason why 200 matters is not only do you have more people to do ministry with, but now you have more ministry dollars. So that's when you can afford to do more children's ministry, more student ministry. That's when you can afford to do more homeless ministry, things of that nature. So not only do you have more people to do ministry, but you have more ministry dollars to do ministry. And then think about this one other thing. If you had 200 people, if every church in America grew their church to 200, we would have a nationwide revival, because the average size church in America is about somewhere between 70 and 90 people. If everyone just doubled the size of their church in America, I mean, never mind all the mega churches out there. If every church under 200 just doubled the size of their church, we'd have a revival in our country. So 200 matters. And again, we're not talking about breaking 200, breaking 500, 1,000, 2,500, or whatever. If we could just get to 200, more people hear the gospel. We got more people to do ministry with. The pastor doesn't have to be bivocational, and you got more money to do more ministry with. And we'd have a revival in our country. So that's why I harp on 200 so much. Now, I just launched this week an announcement that in September, I'm starting my very first coaching program. Now, if you're watching this video, you're likely one of the more than 2,000 people that have got their copy of the Church Playbook. But you know what's better than the book? Being personally coached by the guy that wrote it. Being able to ask questions and have me look at your case study and give you actual advice on what you should do next. See, that was the problem with Bible college and seminary. I mean, it taught us how to read and study and preach God's word, which is it's essential, right? It's immensely important. And there's all of these other church ministry growth programs out there. And believe me, I've spent more money on church growth programs in the last 20 years than I actually did going to college and seminary. So I get it, and I get how expensive they are too. But here's the thing. There's all these great programs out there, but no one ever tells you what you need to do next. Well, that's how the Church Playbook Academy is different. I'm going to go much deeper, in depth, on the 6 fundamentals that your church needs to employ in order to get to 200. You're going to get all of the up-to-date information. You're going to get all of the tools and resources that I use every single week, which, by the way, my church still uses these 6 fundamentals, and we've blown past 700, and we're going to be hitting 1,000 here within the next year using these same fundamentals. I can tell you what to do next because my church is only 7 years old. I started with 2 families. I know where you're at. I know what you're going through. And by the way, it doesn't matter your denomination. It doesn't matter your worship style. It doesn't matter if you're urban, suburban, or rural. These fundamentals are the same wherever you go. And I can help you figure out what to do next and what to do after that. And we're going to get you to 200 faster than you thought possible. So right now, go to thechurchplaybook.com/academy. Join my coaching group today. You'll get an invitation to a private Facebook group. We've already got several people in there. Introduce yourself, say hi, and we're going to get started in the first 2 weeks of September. Once we start, I'm closing the group. And I'm just going to focus on the people that have invested in themselves, their leadership, in their church. And so thechurchplaybook.com/academy. Sign up today. I'm excited to see you in our group.